Hi, and welcome to God in 10 Minutes. Short introductory videos to very broad fields of study. Pique your interest a little bit. Get in there and do your own research. And this is number 7, topic number 7, part 1. Great Pyramid of Giza. And we're going to do 2 videos. Part 1 is the outside, this one. Part 2 is the inside. And right off the bat, let me tell you, the outside has some spectacular measurements and scientific elements to it that the Egyptians didn't know anything about, okay? They didn't build the pyramid. But these scientific things give the pyramid way, way extra credence. You say, wow, this is very important stuff here. Something is really important about this. And then when you're told that there's a timeline of dates that line up exactly with past, history events and tell something about future events of God's people, maybe you're more apt to accept that rather than being told, oh yeah, Jesus' birth and death are right in the pyramid in the passage. Oh, don't give me that. Watch some of this stuff on the outside. First of all, the whole nation, with public known science, our whole nation couldn't duplicate the pyramid. We don't even know what the cement was that they used to put those blocks together. Some of them were 35 feet in square, weighed tons, and they're cemented so, the joints are so fine you can't put a knife blade between them. Okay? It says, and it was never meant to be a tomb, okay? Never meant to be the tomb. It's the only pyramid with upward passages. Everyone else goes in a little bit, little room, that's it. Only one. It's a special pyramid. It had nothing to do with the other pyramids, okay? So we've got a description of the pyramid in the Bible. Oh, hey, it's in a couple places actually, but Isaiah 19 and 20 are the words that we want to look at. I'm going to read that to you, okay? In that day, this is the later days now, okay? In that day, there shall be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt. The midst of the land of Egypt, okay? In the middle of Egypt, there's going to be this altar. And a pillar at the border thereof. Oh, so there's going to be an altar in the middle and a pillar at the border. And it shall, border there to the Lord. And it shall be, I thought we had 2 things going here. It shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt. Well, see, according to the passage, so we've got one thing here that's called an altar and a pillar, but the Hebrew word for pillar is matztabah, which means a monument. Oh, monument, and it's related. It's showing us about God, right? When you look up the Hebrew, well, first of all, let me show you this. The pyramid is here, right? Lower Egypt, down low on the plain, down near, in the delta. That's Lower Egypt, and Upper Egypt in the south. At one time, they had 2 different pharaohs, one for Upper Egypt and one for Lower Egypt. Okay? So Egypt went way down here. So the pyramid is at the border of southern and northern and in the middle of the whole land. That's where it can be both. But now, what happens with Isaiah is that we're not talking English, we're talking Hebrew. Okay? So there's the Hebrew verse. Well, every letter in Hebrew has a number assigned to it. And if you take all of these letters and assign their proper numbers to all of the letters, you'll get a total, right? When you do that, the total is, what is it? Let me see again. It's 5449. Here's every one of the words with their letters and the numbers that are for that letter, and that's the total for the word. Okay, it totals 5449. So what? So what is that when you do the measurement from the ground level up to the top, where there's no cornerstone up on top, okay? I mean, pyramid, capstone. There's a little platform up there. Well, not little, it's big. Platform. When you measure from the bottom to the top, you get 5,449 pyramid inches. But when you start measuring with that measurement in mind, everything starts to line up. Pyramid inch. Okay. So you got the height of the pyramid is the same as this text in the Bible. Whoa. Okay. Now it had casing stones all over it. Okay, they built. Well, and before we go to that, there's one more thing that we're going to do because we're right here. You see, here's a map of the world, and that's the pyramid. Okay, that's the pyramid. I guess you can't see. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's the pyramid, and the pyramid sits in the center of the greatest land mass, north and south, east and west. When you take a look at the actual pyramid, you find it's not straight. It's not straight. The casing stones, the ones that are left, show that it's flat. On each side, it's all flat. But the inside, under the casing stones, was built with an indent. Look at that. See that's the way the inside, the core masonry is. It goes from the corner, instead of going straight across, it goes in a little bit. And then it hits a flat spot, goes across, and then goes out again to the other place. Why build it that way? And then cover it up? What? You know, look what happens. If you construct a circle, okay, you construct a circle based on that curve, okay, and run a radius of that circle out to there, out to the point, that's the radius of that circle, you get exactly half of the diameter of the Earth. That circle is the circumference of the Earth. Well, the Egyptians knew that. Yeah. They got up in a plane and they went around and that's what the indent does. But that's only one part. A really spectacular part is this part here. Okay? The gray, those are the casing stones. They're gone. And you look at the indents. Okay, so it goes in, across, and out. You got 3 different ways that you can measure from A to B. You can go A straight across to B. Okay, that's one measurement. Then you can go from A in to the flat place, and then across the flat place to another place there, and then out. And that's going to be a little bit longer. Well, now we got 2 measurements. But if you take this imaginary point where this line doesn't flatten out, it goes to a point and then out, you got a 3rd measurement. AB, straight across, 365.242 sacred cubits. That's our solar year, 365.242. The longer one, where you go in and it goes flat and then out again, that's longer. That's 365.256 sacred cubits. And when you go in straight into that imaginary point and back out, it's which is even longer, 365,259 sacred cubits. All three of those measurements are the way we measure our year. We measure our year in three different ways: the solar year, the anomalistic year, and the sidereal year. The Egyptians knew that, and then they built it into the pyramid? Whoa, kind of hard to believe, you know, but it is there. Somebody wanted us to know something about that, right? And somebody knew that those casing stones were going to be uncovered at some time in history, and we'd discover. See, it wasn't until the 20s that somebody flew over the pyramid with a plane. It's a huge building, okay? You can fit like 20 Empire State Buildings in the pyramid. They flew over with a plane and said, "Oh, there's dents in there." The distance to the sun is incorporated in there. You know, circumference of the Earth. Somebody knew an awful lot about the solar system and the Earth to build this pyramid that way. Enoch built the pyramid. God was the architect. Enoch got a bunch of angels together, built the pyramid. He was the foreman. That's where he went when God took him. You know. See, and all of this extraordinary science gives credence to the passageway and the dates and stuff. Okay? It's all about God's people. God built the pyramid. God in 10 minutes. All right. So that's the part 1 of the pyramid, number 7 pyramid. Thanks a lot for watching. God bless.